5 things that went wrong against Sheffield United. Now, before I even go into the reasons, I'm just going to say this here right now. I am still annoyed by that result. I'm still annoyed at what I watched on TV. I am still annoyed about how the team played. I am annoyed about Mourinho. The list goes on, and to be honest, I could ramble for hours and hours, but I have to narrow this down to 5 reasons. But all I'm going to say is, we lost to a team that is better than us, alright? The league table doesn't lie. For number 1, VAR. So this is the only thing that I am slightly taking away from this game, because I did say that I'm not taking anything away from Sheffield United. They deserve to win this through and through. But that one moment of VAR just completely threw us out. The problem is that the rules are just so redundant with the whole handball and everything. Lucas Moura was clearly fouled by 3 different Sheffield United players, and when he falls over, he's going to obviously use his hands to stop him from falling. I mean, what do you expect him to do? Land on his face? I just don't get that. I don't get how a handball can be a handball. I've looked from all different angles, and to be honest, I've not seen the ball hit the hand. Maybe the back of his arm, but that is about it. I haven't seen it personally, so I am amazed that they came up with this decision. And having said that as well, I'm also amazed that a blatant foul is beaten by a alleged handball. It's overlooked by the alleged handball. So that's just also something I don't really get. But having said that though, this is me calling out VAR as a whole, the handball rule as a whole, and this is as a football fan, because I know we have benefited from this before, and the last time we played against Sheffield United, they should have actually won the game against us. So I'm not saying that, we're a team that is victimised by VAR or refereeing decisions or the handball rule, because loads of teams go through this, and Sheffield United went through this. So in a way, this is actually karma for Sheffield United. So I can actually now feel how you felt when you played us in the stadium. But that's all I'm going to say on the VAR matter. Number 2 of what went wrong against Sheffield United is just quite simply the team mentality. Now, I'll get on to the future points where I can look at Mourinho, but for now, we have to focus on team mentality. Team mentality has been a complete joke. As you could see at the game, you could see that the players just couldn't be bothered. You could see that there was meaningless fouls being given away. One from Davies and Sanchez, I believe. The team mentality is just something different I've seen. Of no care, no effort, none whatsoever. The thing is, when you're watching any team play, you can tell by a footballer's body language, and you can tell by how they're sitting on the bench as well if they're not playing. And you can just see that there's just something not there communication-wise. There's not something there motivation-wise. And when you see Sheffield United versus Tottenham, and you look at the Tottenham side in the 3rd kit, you just know that the team mentality is nothing short of poor.
And to dissect more on the point of poor team mentality, well, a lot of people have been saying that VAR, the VAR decision or the handball decision basically ruined it for Tottenham, and they lost a lot of motivation through that. Well, I'm sorry, I just can't accept that, because that's just a poor sorry excuse to justify what went wrong on the pitch. If you want to look at things further, Wolves literally had VAR decisions screwing them over. That didn't stop them from beating Man City 3-2. Like I said, it's absolutely just poor mentality from the team.
Number 3, the shambolic defence. Now, this defence has arguably been good. I'd say it's just been more lucky, or just hasn't seen the worst of anything yet, until now. Currently in defence, we've been using Ori as a right back because, well, we don't have any other right back, and we loaned one of them out to Southampton. Then you've got your centre backs, Davies and Sanchez, who is, quite frankly, in my opinion, a waste of £45 million. You've got Eric Dier, and then you've got Ben Davies as your left back. To be frank, I felt like the defence was the worst part of the team. Just shocking schoolboy defending. And I said this previously. I've got into arguments with people who are quite clearly pro Eric Dier, that people saying that you need to give him a chance. And I'm saying, we've given this guy chances before. It's a cycle. Every time he has a few good games, you will see him perform back to his very worst again. And that's exactly what we saw. What I don't understand is, why can't we start Toby Alderweireld? I know his form has dropped this season, But still, he is still our best centre-back. So this is just something that bugs me from Mourinho. Like, why aren't you starting your best players? I mean, I could say the same about Ndombele when he's on his good day, at least, that you can actually see, him pull out some world-class performances, but he ain't been starting him until this game when he pretty much brought him on, and it was just basically too late. You don't really expect Ndombele to do much, but we got to focus on the defence. Like, Aurier, on the second goal from Aurier, he was at complete fault for that. I can't remember which Sheffield United player it was, but he was dragging the ball near to the corner end, and Aurier was just jogging over to him. And that, it's just, what are you doing? You need to sprint over to him to try and close him down. But he just gives him all the time to have a think, let the attacking players run into the box, and then he drags the ball out. It's either a pass or a cross. More shambolic defending from the blimmin' centre-backs. Not to mention Sissoko, I think, running in the complete wrong area to try and break the play. And it's a goal. The third goal where Eric Dier just wasn't even marking his man. Although, granted, I think it was more the fault of Ben Davies in that one. I'm showing you the screenshot here because it's a bit hard to describe in words. But that's pretty much what happened. Eric Dier just leaves his man unmarked. And Ben Davies isn't even marking a man properly. He wins the ball and it's just a simple tap-in by Mousse, I think it was, into the goal. So you could just see that the defence was just such a liability. Not to mention as well that when we're trying to play attacking football under Jose Mourinho, which I'll get to in a second, Ben Davies, man, like, what is he doing? Like, even Dier was trying to contribute attacking-wise by chucking that ball forward, but not Ben Davies, always passing it backwards and making it harder to try and keep him an attacking momentum. So that's pretty much the end of the summary of an issue with the defenders. And number 4 brings me to Jose Mourinho. Now, with this one, some people will say like it's a bit of team mentality, it's a bit of Jose Mourinho. I blame both, to be honest, but I'm going to be focusing a bit more on the Jose Mourinho side of things. Now, we appointed Jose Mourinho to try and fix the mess that we're in that Poch left, but arguably now it feels like we're in a worse situation than Poch. Mourinho did not help himself at all in this game. I don't get why he's starting, like I said earlier, just mediocre defenders when he could have started someone better like Toby Alderweireld. And it's just his style of play. Like today, he really did look like a bloody dinosaur. A dinosaur when it comes to tactics and formations. And yeah, it's just like you have to wonder, like, are we going to be seeing any change from Mourinho? But is it the same old? The fact of the matter is that he was wrong to take off Bergwijn. I think he was wrong to play him centre as well when he should have been playing in the wing. And it was just he got everything wrong today. Jose Mourinho has to take a full blame to this, and you know, I will let him off for this one because it is a tester of a season and a write-off as well. But you've got to back the man, and then once we've backed him and we've given him the players that he wants, then it's down to Mourinho, and it's all in Mourinho's hands of if he can do a job or not, and he will take the blame alone for it. But from what I saw today, I just wasn't impressed at all. This putrid decisions from Jose Mourinho to take off Bergwijn, like I said. Just boring style of play, too protective, too passive, and the defence he put out today was the reason why we pretty much lost this game. And now this brings me over to my last point. Number 5, the worst ever service to Harry Kane. Now look, if you've followed my social medias and you've followed my previous videos, I have been critical of Harry Kane. I've been on his back before when I feel like he has not been putting on a performance, and I get a little bit irritated that he can get immune to criticism because he's one of our own, he's our top boy, this, that, the other. But today, I actually cannot say a bad thing about Kane because I felt like he was one of the only players that actually bloody tried. The problem is that Harry Kane, he relies on service. He's a world-class goal scorer, and when you're that type of striker, you need to have a service for you. And all I saw today was the ball just getting launched at him. The ball just not a proper pass going to him. He's there waiting to receive the ball. And it only works in the last minute when it's too little too late when he makes it 3-1. But the service to Harry Kane just makes you realise not only how shocking it is, but how much of a wasted player we have on Harry Kane. We're wasting his time. Harry Kane doesn't need this. He doesn't deserve this. You know, there's so many big clubs out there that would want to sign Harry Kane, and so many players that would want to provide him that service for Kane. Like, honestly, I wouldn't blame it if Kane decided to just pack his bags and leave, because he deserves better than that. And the services that he was getting was just shocking. Like, you're looking at it and you say to yourself, how the hell is Harry Kane going to convert anything from this? Like, how? Just nothing but terrible, terrible performances. But anyway, that's it for today. Those are 5 reasons what went wrong against Sheffield United. Comment below any reasons you felt like should have been mentioned. Comment if you disagree with anything that I said. And yeah, we can leave it from there. So thank you for watching. Hit that subscribe button if you're new. And I'll see you at the next video.